Good morning. Thank you for joining. I'm Kendra Griffin, National Account Director with Wood Floor Business, and we are here today with our friends Avitas and Vartan with LED Coating Solutions by Archetypal. And we are going to be going through custom color matching using LED cured oils. With that, I just want to mention if you have any questions throughout today's demo, please put them in the Q&A box at the bottom of the screen and we will circle back to them at the end. And I will turn it over to you guys.
Hi guys, I'm Avitas.
Hello, Vartan.
Yeah, we're gonna have some fun today. We gonna show you some colors from our color set. How can we mix colors and make custom colors to match existing colors, and also how can we do the repairs of these colors? A little bit about that. But before we get into that, I think there was a video about previous webinar we did about color theory. But make sure that you see that, because that will help you to understand more about the color theory, how this works with the matching colors. So we will make sure that at the end we'll send to those links. But other than that, first quickly, I want to talk to you about LED coating solutions, what it is. Basically, we're using oxidative kind of oils, but there is a photoinitiators inside. It cures it immediately, so it enables you to do a layer colors. That's what really help us. And also, of course, for the project, you could get the project going much faster. But before we get into the colors, I want to show a simple way how this product works, because we get a lot of questions that how much product you put it on, how much you wipe it off. And before we get into the details, I want to show you that how this is done. And then if it's a color oil, it's the same way done. So
we're going to start from pure.
Yeah, we're going to start from pure. What I want to do, I want to put a tape. This is a walnut, sand it 120. A lot of times I would also water pop this to get better absorption of a color. Using my gloves, I don't want to get messy here. And so when you applicate the oil, could be on the floors on a job site, or if it's going to be on the cabinet door or panels. Basically, it's almost the same routine. You applicate the burnish the oil until it cannot absorb anymore, and then you wipe the excess off. And when you wipe the excess off, you need kind of spread rate. So you're going to have a white pad to basically wipe it off with it. But if you have too much oil, and you might use a rag or something to clean it up, and then go with the white pad to make it give your spread rate, because white pad could leave so much oil. That's what you need. If you clean totally with the rag, then you don't have any oil at all. So you applicate with red, you wipe it off with white. Okay, so I'm gonna go put the resting oil. This is a semi-gloss oil. I want to just put it on a little bit. I know some of you guys know all this, but it's good to go one more time because there's always a questions. So basically, I just put some oil. If this was a large area, I could have rolled it. And I start burnishing. See, I'm burnishing, making sure that oil gets absorbed. See how it's absorbing in? Now, how much you need to have here, you want to really understand that, is this enough or not? Basically, if I do the same thing here, it will start making that wet. When I burnish, and in a larger area, you will use a bigger buffer. If it's a table, you use the same way I'm just doing it right now. During burnishing, I had a lot of oil, basically 90% of it absorbed, but I'm seeing these light circular lines. I don't know if you see it there, okay? So if you could see that light circular lines, very light.
Keep it on the handle.
Hmm?
Keep it on the handle so we'll be able to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. So if you see those light lines, that means you have enough oil. Well, let's say if I was gonna have a this type of situation, when I'm burnishing it, I see something like that. That means I don't have enough oil. So I don't want it to do a dry. I'm gonna ruin this side. I want to do it, Barton. I know you want it for something else, but I want to show that people sometimes they will stretch the oil and they will get this effect. See, it looks similar, right? It looks similar, but there is not enough oil. So that's why don't stretch the oil. Then you're not sealing that. And also you're not going to get a consistent color. If you are burnishing and you're seeing these light circles, see, they there. That's what I know. I have enough oil, but I don't want more than that. That's perfect. So now I wanted to get rid of those. So I go with the white pad after that. So once I start hitting with the white pad, those little lines, they will come off. You see, even I'm doing circular motion, those lines are gone. Okay, because this is much softer. This is much coarser. This leaves it and this wipes it off. Basically, when those lines are gone, but they are not gone like this. See, if I wipe it, you could see even a sheen different. That means I don't have anything there. I don't want that. I want the white pad to do my circular motion and get rid of it. If you do the white pad and you get little bit, very small lines, then on the side, you can use Orek buffer. I want to show that buffer to you. Kind of, it vibrates, and it does the small circles, you know. Okay, so this way it will get rid of that. And a factory line after your buffing pads, you have a brush that goes this way and takes it away those little fine lines. So those fine lines are important, so I know how much oil I have. Okay, so now after I burnished it, I am going to dry this. So I will wear glasses because if you're using a bigger light, that's a lot more light is gonna expose. I will show you the big light for a second too. And this battery light is only for sample making. I don't want you to use this light for drying or curing, but I just want to show you the bigger light, but I'm going to dry with this today. So the way you dry, you take like 2-3 inches up from the oil, and you just go straight and back. So for the larger areas, we have this large light. Okay, it will have a piece of wood holding it, so it will go straight and back. That's it. All right. So here I'm going to use the battery light because I don't really care about curing. So basically this is dry. Okay. So it's dry, cured. That's the way you actually applicate the oil. So now a second coat, you don't need to go with the red pad to applicate because it's not rough anymore. You could just use a white pad and you could put very little bit oil. Just a very little bit, 50% less oil. And you go ahead and burnish it same way. And you're gonna see those little fine lines, very, very fine lines. See? Again, on the side, I will put an Orek. Some people are doing a table, they can go with the grain direction to do that. Get rid of that, you could do that, but I need, if I put very little bit of oil, I need either to wipe the pad to straight up the grain direction or use a new pad. So now basically it's nice and clean. And I hit the light, 1, 2, 1, 2. On the job site, you hold the light at an angle, that's the big light, so you feather it, basically. So instead of going like this, sometimes you're putting a straight line, you might put a line right over there. But if you're holding the light at an angle, you're feathering it. You're not putting any lines on it. So if this was a large area, I will come and do this. Come and do same way, back up. Same way, that. I will do that. See, both way I'm feathering it, so I don't get a marks.
But
Alright.
even if you get the line, explain that you can put another you can easily fix it.
Yeah,
God forbid if it happens.
yeah, that's, yeah, if, let's say you do get a stop line, you could take the clear oil and just rub it on and feather it 0, that stop line will come out. That's what Vartan was bringing that point up. So basically, that's the way you applicate the clear oil, color oil, or whatever it is. Really nice and smooth, it's 100%. This is sealed. Some people, they want to put a lot more coats. You can do that, but then it's going to start look like a poly, but that's the look you want. You can do that. Okay. So any questions later on, more free to ask. But right now, this is just to know how to applicate the clear oil or color oil. Anything you want to add on this, Vartan?
No, you're doing good.
So we good with this?
Yeah.
So let's move on to fun part now, right? So let's put this clear back. I have our, the master over here, Abel, helping us to.
Maybe that between coat sanding, if it's water popped, the wood.
You want to talk about that? Yeah, Vartan brought a point. Let me just get that piece of wood. Let me just show a couple more things. Basically, yeah, I'm just gonna roll back even further back than applicating the oil. First of all, you sand the wood floors, 90% of oxidative oils or any burnishing oils, you want to stop 120 grit, right? You don't want to go more, because if you go more, then you're not having the scratches, you're not going to get enough oil to protect. Remember, this is not a poly. Poly, you could go 150, 200 because you're putting a top coat. This one we're absorbing into the wood. Even more than that, if I want a more vibrant colors, I want the colors to get more in there, or I want to protect the wood more, I will do a water pop. So if you do a water pop, you wash it with the water and you let it dry. Grains, they will get swollen, they will stand up. You need to knock those grains with the red pad first. Basically, when you burnish it with the red pad, you will break all those little filaments, the grains that will come out. You vacuum it, and then you will have something like this. So this is, and almost going to feel like wire brushed, but it's not, because those little fibers, they just came out, and it will absorb a lot more color. That's good, So basically, you gotta prepare the wood proper before using any colors. You don't want to go fine numbers, and you don't want to stay 80, 100, because then you will have a circular scratches, and the color will absorb those scratches that way. Okay, so now we go into our color set that we're going to be using it. So this is a color set, from LED Coating Solutions. What is LED Coating Solutions? My background is floors and also finishing panels, cabinet doors, and this kind of wood surfaces. So we created this company, LED Coating Solutions, because I am going to be using most of the time LED cure products, which they cure immediately, and then it gives you the chance to finish the project, but also doing layer colors that really help us. But with LED coating, so we bring everything together: equipment, right sanders, lights, finishing line, factory line, industrial lines, and also the products. So this time present, we're using 2 products. We're using Heidelberg Coating from Germany and Vesting from Holland. These are 2 products we're using it. But please keep in mind, those products, little different in Europe. Okay, if you get the same color, let's say for chocolate, it will be much more diluted. Okay, so we took these colors. Now, when you see my color set, you're gonna see ultra name, ultra chocolate, ultra green, ultra sepia, ultra black, ultra white. Every time it says ultra, we maximize the pigment, which is very expensive. But what it does, enables you to dilute as much as you want to get all different color tones. So that's why we use the ultra name. And we also changed some things for viscosity to make it different viscosity than standard oils for being able to use its dispensers and also for factory lines. So these colors don't mix it. If you get anything in Europe, it's not going to be same. And also VOC lows and everything, we stand with that with US. Now, so in here, we have, this is altogether 24 pieces, but we have 21 colors. So what we did, we put the name and I mean, I did this myself and I put the name on top so I could easily see it. We have some browns, we have some grays, and we have some deeper brown like red, mahogany, cherry. And basically we got three main browns, right? Chocolate brown, you want to pull them out?
We have sepia brown, chocolate brown, English brown.
Mhm.
We have, I don't know, mahogany could also be considered as a reddish brown,
Yeah.
and that's it.
How about the charcoal? There was one color that,
We have charcoal, which is very dark, but very nice color,
what is this?
almost black.
Clay.
Clay we have,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
So, and then we have the grays, right? And then we have different whites, like they diluted.
We have diluted like invisible color, invisible or a little bit of white pigmented or beige pigmented, to get to the kind of lime finish colors.
Talk a little louder if you want. The last thing what you said, lime finish colors.
Lime finish
Yeah.
colors like French finishes, like white wash type of colors.
But all these colors, it's been mixed from red, yellow, blue, and white and black to get these colors. Basically, what I'm trying to say, how they arrive here like this, because they're ready for you to use. So what I did, I got these 21 colors. Basically, what I did, I take them and I put them on a piece of wood, and I can have something like this. Like you see all the colors, we have it here. It's very easy for you to start using something like this to, when you're going to match a color, you have your start point. You can take this next to your piece of wood, say, oh, I have this gray.
Can we show now what we have already done?
Yeah, but after you have this gray. So basically, I will take this gray next to, I'm going to show you later on, as of today, we are matching one color. So I will put next to that gray, and then I said, okay, this needs a little bit more red, a little bit more brown. Then I'll make a choice that should I use my browns and reds, or we have red, yellow, blue oils separate, which really helps us to change everything we can. Because if you took that, you saw the video about color theory, it's very intricate over there, shows how the colors, they work together. Basically, that's about it. So now, another thing I want you to know. So if you have all these browns, I'm going to show you something, how today grays are very popular, and also invisibles are very popular. People, they wanted to see almost no change on a piece of wood. It doesn't look amber. So how to do that, I'm going to show you with my colors. And also I want you to know what's a gray. So I have a gray, beautiful gray in my hand. basically a lot of people say gray is black and white, right? If you do black and white, you're gonna get very bluish gray, right? Gray, actually, once you have your browns, once you have your browns, soon as you add in the color theory, when we add white, we call tint. Soon as you add tint, white in it, the brown will turn gray. So now if I have reddish brown, bluish brown, greenish brown, if I put the white inside, you will have bluish gray, whitish gray, greenish gray. So you will have every brown you can make easily gray by putting it white. But then you could take it away from that bluish by adding red in it. So you can play with that, okay? So now, Vartan, you want to add? I mean, basically, Vartan is a true artist, and he's being quiet right now, doing all talking.
You're doing good.
But I will bring it to the point that he will demonstrate and he will show it more details. You want to talk anything
Talking
about
about grays, when the brown is good choice to mix with white, so you will be safe from going towards bluish or greenish, because you know sometimes, very often you want to see like warm gray color. People like that, so that warmness you could get only from mixing white and different browns.
I give a good example,
Yeah.
Vartan, like the tree trunk, right? If you really break it a little bit inside, you're gonna see it's a nice brown. It's a warm brown, but because of those white oxidation on top, you get that whitish on top. It starts getting a warm gray. So basically, that's a good example. So the brown, putting white over it, even doing Saroust, even with that, you could get a beautiful gray. So, I mean, it's so much to really, if we could take one color, we could talk 1 hour about it, but we want to utilize this time to show overall. And then we have a lot of live hands-on classes. You can join up and you can learn even more, much more that time. But while we have these browns, when we talked about it, we should get a white and show, right, how this works. Maybe we could get that. And Abel will bring it, And I'm gonna leave this box back there for now. And let's talk about this and then we'll go back on. Just here. Okay, so what I'm prepared a little bit here, red, yellow, blue, and we got some clear oil, ultra matte, and satin.
We also have white and black.
Yeah, white and black.
We can put this
So-
on side for now.
And why don't you, Vartan, show,
Towel, please.
take like a brown, one of the browns.
I wanna show how black turns to bluish when you're just mixing.
Yeah, but make sure that they can see it from there.
Okay, I took black, just black, and I'm mixing now with, I have white next to it. Now we just simply mix it.
Remember there's not a pigment. They are all of them ultra colors. So basically, once you're putting them, they are already adjusted with the clear in it. So you can easily go ahead and make a color out of it. Our black got a little bit brown in it, so it's gonna come up less.
Even yes, but even you on the oil, you see it's like a nice gray color, because the wood has its yellow body. Once you put it, see, it looks like kind of bluish color.
So that when you do black and white, but every black is different. So in our black, that it's a little bit warmer, so it doesn't go that much blue. But he just showed that what happens with when you do black and white. But now he got brown.
Now I'm just taking English brown from our palette. what
English
we have.
brown is the most neutral brown. It's not going too much red and it's not going too much yellow or green. So it's kind of a neutral brown. Make sure that when you're doing it, we move this so I can see.
Okay, instead of black, I want to use now English brown, and you will see a much, to me, much prettier brown. A bit darker.
You can put a little bit more black in it.
Yeah.
So. I want to give me a piece of paper. Let's put it on, then I'm gonna hide it. Make it straight line. Mhm. Okay, so as you see, you could see now type of brown you're getting. You're getting much warmer browns. Can I have warmer gray. So it is gray, but it's very warm gray. I can adjust our warmness, make it more colder by adding a little bit more black to it. Yep. Okay.
You gotta be careful, don't move it towards.
Yeah.
Blue.
So, but see, it doesn't have any blue at all. It's a beautiful gray, warm gray, like almost a tree trunk. Now, when I go back, I open up the black gray, you could see how much blue it got in, right? It's a lot more bluish. So basically every brown you get, you can adjust by putting it white as a tint to see what kind of gray you're getting it. So it's already made for you if you want to gonna make a gray. You have, or now we have sepia brown. Let's do sepia brown for a minute. So sepia brown is more greenish brown, right? So if I take sepia brown and I put a tint of white, let me have more sticks.
Yeah, I got it. So,
I want to leave it in, so check it out. Okay. Make it normal size so we can see it part time, right? Just put a little bit more white right on step, yeah. Okay. And we gotta do this a little quick because we have so many things to go through. So remember I said sepia brown is more greenish brown. So when I put the white tint in it, look at how green it's got, right? But when you're looking at separate, it looks green-gray, right? Right there, it's a green-gray. If I put a little bit of the English in it, I can break that greenness a little bit, you see? So you really gotta understand the color theory with the colors. That I highly suggest take a look at that video. So you know already which way to go, but then this color set gonna be a perfect set for you because you already have different browns, a lot of different browns. By adding the white, you're getting that tint in there and you're getting all these grays. And I'm not even talking about, you know, the brown itself. So while we're doing these two browns, Vartan, why don't you put the English brown a little bit here? And by having a red, yellow, blue, we can tweak that.
This is English brown.
Okay, let's just get a little bit here. Let's do a little quick because we're not gonna have the time. So I'm gonna just put the English brown quickly. I applicate with the red. And I kind of clean it with white. So, as you see, how nice this English brown is, right? But it's still, I think it's too warm, right? So before I do anything, I can cool this down because I have the blue. Or I can cool it down. Let's say you said, oh my God, this is too warm. What I do when I'm gonna do my clear coat, I can do layers with the clear coat by bringing it cooler, right? You wanna do that, Vartan?
Yes, we
So-
have two options. Yeah, to try that.
I'm gonna dry this. Even though it's a small light, but I always suggest to,
Always remember
Good,
about
because-
safety.
you don't wanna shine that light on your eye. Okay, so here we go, I cured it. Now, my second coat, my clear, if I just put clear, it will stay like that, but I can cool this down, I can get it more yellow. Let's say you were matching an antique piece of Jacobean color or something, but it's already got yellowed over the time. So when I put this on, this looks too vibrant. I can go ahead and do a few things. Go ahead.
Yeah, to go more simple, we will, what we want to do, let's say we consider this too red or too warm, and we want to cool it down a little bit. So from our color theory, how we could kill the red with
Can I have the
opposite,
color
with
theory?
the
sir?
opposite color. What's opposite color? When you see here, opposite color is yellow. Here, this is blue. Blue
Okay,
should so
now for a red,
yellow, yeah.
for a red, your opposite color is green.
Oh, yes,
but-
yes, I'm
yeah.
sorry, we're going red. Red opposite color is green. So I have to create quickly a green.
But how
Mixing.
much green, you know,
Yeah.
if I go too green, it might take me to the yellow. If I wanted a cooler, I will go turquoise, like between the yellow and green. But if I wanted really old antique, I will go totally green, you know? So right now, it's creating that. So.
So I have green, then I figure out, I will figure out how much, what kind of green I need. I gotta just do some tests and see.
Diluted. Clear diluted.
Dilute a little bit, right?
But your red is not strong, so you don't.
You exaggerate first and then you clean it.
Okay, let's cover the half.
Yeah.
Clean these edges so we don't see any glue. Okay,
Let's try it.
yeah, so before I dry it even, yeah, let's dry it. Dry it. Okay. So remember, we're associating that's an old floor. It's got already the patina from yellow and greening. And when I put my color English is too vibrant, and I wanted to kill, even English doesn't have too much red, right? The chocolate got a lot of red, but still depends close to what color. So if you look at it now, look at how red the English turn. But by adding that green in there, see, by itself it doesn't look green, right? But when you next to this, it looks so green. But by adding that green, and what type of green, he said, how much yellow, how much blue. If I were to make it more bluish green, this would have looked like more modern color. It will come up like more sharper brown instead of antique brown. So that's something for you. Let's say, as I said, if you have all my colors already made, so you can bring the browns and next to your floor, see which brown you have. And from there, you could start adjusting the color. I wanna say something that I had the gray earlier I show you. Yesterday, we received a project that to match a color. I will not give names of the product, but so what we did, we went to our colors and you want to bring them? Yeah. So we went to our colors and basically I'll show you what we did, and Vartan will explain what he did. And actually I have right now made this color from my color. So I went to my color chart. I have downstairs same way all the colors. Yeah.
So we had a request for this color.
This is not ours, it's just a
Yeah,
request.
from somewhere else, and we had a request to match this color. We went right away to our color chart. We have more than 90 colors.
But 21 dominant colors, those are the ones we
Right.
have it. Like I explained, you
Right.
can do it.
So this one, we found it the closest.
Okay, what is this, first of all? This is, can you read the name?
This is actually Grease Belch, not from that,
Okay.
but still.
Yeah, so it's a colors we made it already on a wall, we have it. So I have water popped and non-water popped. So you have more concentrated and non-concentrated. So we put that color, it came kind of close to it. But if you see, I'm still seeing through the red of the wood. And so we took that color. You have the color or not? Yeah, and tweak it a little bit.
Oh, you mean the oil?
It's okay, Boston. Cook it a little bit and we can match closer to this, I don't know, because this could be, the organic color, it will look different under the CRI, and this will look different on a camera, but we can put it close by not really putting too much effort, okay? Just an example that it just happened yesterday. Again, it helps if you put all these colors on a piece of wood. You can also do your own thing. You can mix them together to create, like we created, other colors. So it's really, really a help to start with. But for you to understand with red, yellow, blue, you can mix it in any of these browns to take them away and change it. That's one way. What's a difficult color to make? I think for me, when you have these colors, it's easy because what's color doing? It's hiding the wood under it and making the color, your color on top, and you could see the wood extra color over it and it's changed the color. But what's really difficult when the wood got clear coat on it. So when a wood got clear coat on it, it's extremely difficult because you don't have the comfort of putting the colors over it. And that happens a lot, right? They have a clear coat, took 15 years or 5 years, 10 years, the patinas goes on, the finish itself gets oxidation, gets more yellowish, and the wood under it starts going oxidation, it gets orange, but it's pure. Doesn't have the soft grain, hard grains, configuration different. So that's a tough color to make, right? And that color, we're going to have a seminar next month that's showing on site, like we're going to do it. But same thing, but I'll tell you what's the trick in that. That's where I have a fume color right there. Okay, which represents something like that. So basically, this is, you know, one of the leftover my projects. It's hand scrape reclaimed antique look. And I got this color by doing fumigation, right? So when you do fumigation, everybody knows that's an ammonia, gas through it goes. You could see the soft grains and hard grains are so close to each other because you don't have the stain absorb into those softer grains, double it up. And to do a color, try to match that, good luck. That's going to be really tough. But someone like Vartan could match it. But there is really a technique there that will help you to do that. You want to talk about this today, or we'll do for the next class?
20 minutes or 18 minutes.
Okay, if we have time, we'll come back this one. That's a very difficult color to do, and otherwise matching colors over color, we have very simple technique here which shows it. Let's touch everything and then we'll come back to this. Now, what's next?
Avitas,
Yes.
we had a question come in that I think is actually worth asking now.
Sure.
When you're mixing color on a job, what do you use to measure the colors so you know how to replicate the same color in a bigger quantity?
But of
Very
course,
good question.
that's a very good question. And I like to use a scale because when I use a scale will never, you know, fake you. But the simple way to do it, you can do quantity. Like, let's say right now, first, what I'll do, if I'm matching just a piece to do repair, that's different. But if I'm matching to do 10,000, 5,000, or 1,000 square foot, different. What I will do, let's say, if I have my color set, I will either use a small spoon or I will use a gram meter, and I will take, let's say, 1 part chocolate brown or English brown, and then how much white I need, and I will put 1 part white. Now it got too much, so I say, oh, you know what, the white is too much, so I put 3 parts brown, and I will leave that 1 part white until I get that. So now I know 1 part to 3 part. That could come close enough, but in our factories, to making a real colors that you want exact, you can take a gram meter and use a gram meter by dripping it in. But make sure when you use a gram meter, what I suggest, people, they take it. Okay, let's say if I put this in a gram meter clear, and I put a little bit of brown in it, like, and I see 5 gram brown in a 1 ounce or 4 ounce. So I will do my math later. So in 4 ounce, I have 5 grams of you know, the white or black. First of all, I will get an empty can of this, zero it. I will not go with the ounce now. I will go by gram. So I will zero this and put it on, and then I put my, you know, 20 gram, 100 gram, 50 gram, whatever the clear I have. But the trick is this here, when you do this, make sure you zero the piece of stick you put inside or a spoon. Make sure you zero it with the can. And also when you keep trying it, okay, you taking amount out and you keep putting a pigment. Be careful with that. This is the problems I had. So you don't change the formula, okay? So be very careful. So
That's why, sorry interrupting you. That's why when you, even on a job site, when you're mixing color for testing, you don't mix like a couple of spoons, you take bigger amount. And I would always go with the scale and just scale it, weight it, as how much of, how many grams of each color you're mixing, write it down, and then you will get your formula perfect, and will never go wrong.
yeah, this was a very important question. If someone watching this kind of, you know, the webinar or live demo,
Live demo.
you're in that level that you really want to get into this. So we highly suggest, we'll give you the link for scales. You need double-digit scale, not single, because when you're doing a small amount, you know, 0.00. So this way, because you're doing a small grams, you know exactly what the color gonna go to. It's the fast you could do by parts, 3 spoon this and 1 spoon that. You mix it, you get close color, that's fine. But if you want to do seriously, have your formulas, that's the way you will do it. That was a great question. And when we do another color class, real hands-on, it takes 3 to 5 days. If you guys take it, you'll learn everything. But first, you should just take a regular LED class, how to apply the product, how to work with it. Then you could take the color theory class with us. You will learn more. Today, I'm just showing you how you take, when you buy this set, what to do. So when you buy this set in future, where we want to add this, and then maybe we'll have some links inside that you could go watch previous videos, learn a little bit more about this. This is very important. Then this will come out a little game. There will not be any issue to do the colors. So that was a great question. Let's move on next.
Maybe to work on a sap or the walnut.
Yeah, let me have a piece of walnut. Again, this will be another the question a lot of people will have. When it comes to walnut, to grade walnut, walnut clear grade, select grade, they're gonna have some of them a lot of sap, and they say that, oh, that's the way it comes. So you don't want to go ahead and start cutting them, but if you want to go clear grade, it's going to cost a lot of money. Again, this is going to be a difficult task. Some people, they want to keep the walnut color the way it is. Some people don't. Some people, they think it's too pinkish. So when you put a coat, you can put a little bit color you want, like a little green or a little blue, kill that pinkish, or put a nice brown over it and have a dark. A lot of people, they say black walnut. In reality, it's not black walnut. The walnut got its own color under it again, the pinkish still. But by using these stains, they call names. One difficult task will be if I'm going to put this clear, and what happens my sap? How can I get rid of the sap? There's 2 ways to do it. One, I will put my clear coat, cure it. Remember, the LED product is 2-step product, 2 coats. Even if you're going to do it clear, do 2 clear coats. You're going to do color, you do 1 color, 1 clear. You want to go 3 times color for a reason, but still I want you to put a clear, so you can have kind of like a poly protection layer, not to touch the color coat under it, okay? So if I'm going to do this clear coat, this is going to stay. I will show you how I can get rid of this. And remember, if you have multiple planks, maybe you could put a plank next to it so you could see how easy to touch up, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but we'll get to that point after you put the clear coat. So right, I'm going to put a clear coat, maybe the half of it.
Have to rush a little bit.
You have to rush, yes, I know, you don't have the whole time. Yeah, small one, give me, okay.
Okay, we want to wet the walnut to see the exact color, what walnut comes. Walnut color comes after it's sealed, not the raw.
Yeah, because once walnut gets wet, before I continue, can you see that? Look, when it's wet, it's already a little brownish. When it's not wet, it's really white. If I try to make a color adjustment now, that'll be wrong because I don't know how much the color gonna change. And also I will have a problem with bleeding through the colors from there. So that's why Vartan wanna wet it first to see actual color first. Go ahead. Okay, so we just burnished it like the way you will burnish it. Totally. And got the little lines still, so I know I have enough. Because if I would put less oil, I will not know the color. I want to really put enough oil to see the color. So this is the color, and that sapwood is always going to show it. Now, I could have dried this maybe I will have a small piece I could show 2 ways. Or maybe I could dry this and think I'm very happy and I did a tabletop or I did a floor. And I called a client, I put another clear coat, it looks great to get paid. And a client, the sample you gave there had no sap or had very small sap. Now you have too many saps, you're not going to get paid, but you're done with your job. You already put the finish on and you already cured it and you took your equipment already to your shop. So you're back there to get your check. You're not going to get your check because these saps, it's going to be annoying. But when you put it on, it's still wet. Remember, this product doesn't dry until you hit the light. You can walk around on it. While it's wet, I can color this. That's your first choice, right, Vartan?
Yes.
I'm going to show you the first choice, and then I'll clean it, then I cure it, then I'll show you second choice.
If you have enough time.
So then do the second choice because second choice is more people
Okay.
get into it. So what I'll do, I will, where's the white pad? We had a white pad wet already. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's the same clear oil. I'm going to wipe it with this. You can even start with the chocolate brown too. So it's one of our colors.
Oh, yeah, right.
Chocolate and also English. So
It's chocolate.
you could see the walnut is a little reddish, okay? And I put the oil everywhere. Now I'm gonna dry this. And I see the sap. So if I'm gonna get rid of the saps, of course, you put the second coat, you could go back to it. It's gonna be a little bit more difficult because you're gonna play with the sheen. It doesn't matter, but what I'm doing here before even I put my second coat is a perfect time fix those saps. This will never bleed. If I have a seam over here, I can put a tape on a seam if I want to because this is right on the edge. And I can feather that way so I can get rid of that sap. But Vartan did it took what color? Chocolate?
Yeah, looking at the color of the walnuts, the walnut also comes different, right, colors, but right, this particular one, we have chocolate brown, which is kind of matching to this color, but see,
By the way, guys, we didn't try this today. We just doing it free, okay? Like this going on. So
yeah, it's if I add a little bit of white to it, I might get better result, right? Okay. All right, so I already found out that the chocolate brown with white,
most of walnut sap
yeah,
could work, but sometimes you might need the extra adjustment. You see, he's not using any what do you call
tape.
tape the other side. He
Because
just
my walnut is sealed already, and I don't have a fear of, having overlapping or anything.
yeah.
That's it, I think.
So
How do you like it?
I think for me it's a little bit too red, you
No,
know.
but
If
remember we got it
dry,
dry, right?
Once we dry it, when you go to clear coat, it's going to add yellow. See, Vartan just said something very important. I'm not finished with this. I can cure it. I can touch it up again and again and again. So it's not end of it. But as an initial coat, it looks much better than this, right? Right? This looks totally different. But look at how easy effort was this. You just go there and touch it up and take the light and cure it. Okay, cure it.
Even the sheen is fine now.
Yeah. So if you look at those grains inside, it's kind of matching there. I can adjust this as much as I want now. Again, let's just show like if you want to adjust.
Just to More green or what? More
A little
brown?
bit more brown I can, but this is perfect, but I just want to show you can adjust it if you want. In reality, you don't. But then I could go my clear coat over it.
If you want me to make it look worse, I can do it.
Not to make it worse, but yeah, it's like, you know, I don't wanna. It looks good, but I can go a little bit of the, can you give me the English brown? Just the English brown. Just a little. Just put it right here. Yeah, so, you know, Vartan had a point. We wanna go worst, I can do worst, just that. Right. A little bit more English, yeah. So basically,
I don't want you to ruin my job, that's
now
why.
I'm gonna do half of it, so it's not ruining your job. You know, but what I'm trying to say, if I wanna take that red out a little bit. I can do that, right?
Okay,
It's a little bit different.
yeah, but you can always adjust it.
Yeah, you can, after I put it, see what I'm doing, I'm adjusting it, you know? I don't wanna be, I'm not stuck with this.
We have 2 minutes. Can we stay longer or?
We don't know. See, I feather, I wiped it. I adjust the color, less red. Right? You can't do that as much as you want. Now, as I put the clear coat, you know, I have two different colors, of course, over here. Everything comes, Kendra is waiting over there, I know. Just finish this spot quickly. I have the clear coat. Let's see which one looks better, Vartan or mine. We're in a competition now.
It's always a competition, right?
Okay,
That's how we grow.
this part is my touch up on top and this is Vartan's. So you guys say which one is better. But what I'm trying to say, it's so easy to work and nobody will know you did something there. But also there was a little tricks that, see, I didn't put it straight, the dark color on the sap, because softer part of the sap will suck more and it will give you that zebra look over there. So that's why we didn't want to do that. I kind of conditioned it clear and then I went, okay? So that's something that's a beautiful, I don't know how the camera looks. Here it looks good. Usually camera changes things.
It looks great and very even from my end.
Okay, okay.
Nice.
Yeah, thank you so much for walking through all of that. I just wanted to make sure we have enough time because we did get a few questions that came in. Before I get to them, I want to just mention that you referenced links a few different times, and we will be sure to add those links before we send out an email to everyone that registered. So if you registered for this live demo, keep an eye out. You'll be getting an email tomorrow that will have a link to the full recording as well as the links referenced. And then the video recording will also live in our live demo library on the website. So you can reference it there anytime as well.
That sounds great. That sounds great. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome. With that, we will get to the first question from Corey. Where can we buy the colors you're using, specifically white, black, red, yellow, and blue?
Everything you get from ledcodingsolutions.com. Again, when we send you the link, our website will be there. We have it in a website, right? White, the red, yellow, blue.
We have to.
See the white,
We will
black,
double check.
it is in the set. Red, yellow, blue is a separate. That's for the pros to make colors. So you can buy the red, yellow, blue separate, and then you have everything. We didn't want to put red, yellow, blue in a pack because people who doesn't know, they will not be able to do anything with them.
But on the website, they could put the request, name it, and we know what they want.
Yeah, they can buy that.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Do you want to show the kit again quickly, just so they know what they're getting in the kit?
Yeah. Some of the stuff is out from the kit right now, but this is the whole kit. Basically, you have all the colors here. So, and we have the flyer. I think we have the flyer next door. Just make it-
Also, we have
Out.
12 color kit and 6 color kit.
Yeah,
This
which-
is full color.
This is full colors, but I suggest it's not expensive investment. Even this is not enough for me. So if you take this, mix these colors to do it on a piece of wood. So you have, if you do 50% of this, what you will get. So you have reference colors in your hand. So you could easily go to that and say, oh, this looks like this. I can match this. But this set alone, it's enough for you to get you a direction. We also, in the kit, you will have a piece of flyer, which will have just the colors on it. In a few minutes, I'll show you that once they bring it. So you could also have that as a reference for you to show to the customer, and this is the color. But I suggest to do something like that. So you could have a piece of wood in your hand, like this is what I meant. See, I just took it and I put the gray over there and I made a special gray with it.
Okay, perfect. So there's 2 different kits available, and then if people have special requests, they can email you through the website, correct?
Yeah, and you will have this kind of flyer in there, you know, it talks about the lights, and also it's the same 21 colors there. We did a photography as close as we can. I mean, it's photography always shows with a different, you know. Let's see how much time we have after the question, because I was going to do one more demo, but it's okay. If it's not, we will do it next time. Go ahead.
Okay, I will get to the next question from Michael. 2 questions. Number 1, what is the smell of the product?
For me, it smells beautiful.
Very, very mild and like a perfume.
Yeah, so basically Heidelberg got a smell of a, you know, the kids' clothing detergent kind of smell, which I think they added that. Without that, there's no smell. The Westing does not have any smell. It's just like maybe concentrated colors. The pigment might have a paint smell. Otherwise, there is no smell. The way I suggest to do the project, if you're doing a large floors, always have the ventilation. So this way, when you're curing it, that's the time the reaction takes place. But after the reaction, there is no more reaction going. It's cured.
And it's VOC-free product.
And it's a VOC zero product, yes.
Okay. And the second part of his question, what is the maintenance?
Okay. So for the maintenance, yeah, let me have the liquid. Westing got a soap that calls you know, the intensive cleaner. I don't like to use soaps that have residues. Like some of the soaps, they have waxes, and some of the soaps, they have fats, kind of to protect more, but that's changing your sheens and makes it more gluey. So intensive cleaner, if you're doing a white floors and, you know, after a while, the dirt goes into the soft grains, you can clean it. But if the floors starts wearing, you could always go move the furniture one side, kind of touch up all those areas, like the way I touched up the sap. If there is a wear from the chairs or something, then maroon pad it and put a whole clear coat over it again.
Over maintenance oil too. But that's
We have a maintenance oil, it's oxidative. I don't like to do oxidative. I want to do that whole idea with put it on and out. Yes, we put a clear coat over it.
for the black spot removal.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay,
one of other maintenance things, can I have a piece of wood from there? Right,
No,
yep,
yes, yes.
yeah. So sometimes what I did here, this is a iron acetate. So basically when a vinegar and hits the metal together, this is what you get.
Or
So-
water.
Or water. So this happens a lot of floors. They get you know,
Black spots
or
from
if you
the-
do a bleach and then you wash it with the vinegar, this is the things you could get. With the Westing, we have black spot removal for a maintenance, it's a good thing. So you could just put it on a little bit and it just cleans it right off, you know, so when you leave this on a couple minutes, it will just take that black spot right off, you know. You start taking it off as you see. So as a maintenance product, we have that as well. Something really serious going to help it for the maintenance. I will use it, but I don't want to use any residue cleaners.
Perfect. Okay, our last question is, can steel wool be used between coats to get more chatoyance or luster?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can, because the steel wool basically shears it. It doesn't sand it, like scratch like a sand, it shears it. But I will use between coats, like they said, not to shear it, the fibers of the wood, then it will not absorb the oil. Between coats, you can do it, of course.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you so much. This was really informative. And just a reminder to attendees that we will be sending out the recording via email, as well as all of the links referenced tomorrow. You can also go back and watch. LED has done a lot of past demos with us, and you can watch all of those in the WFB Live Demo Library on our website as well.
Yeah, Kendra, maybe also we send all the attendees next two schools that we have. One with Lagler, we have from 11th to 15th, and then we have with NWFA Advanced Finishes.
November 5th to 7th, that one.
5th to 7th, November.
November 5th, 7th. Okay,
Maybe
perfect. Yeah, we can include that information in the email as well.
Because the Lagler, it's closed, the school, but they can put it just in case any cancellations, they can get in there still.
Perfect.
Not closed, booked.
Booked, yeah.
Full.
Okay, guys, take care.
Thank you so
for
much.
watching. Thank you for watching.
Okay. Write any questions you have, we can answer it for you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kendra.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.